welcome back to my channel. Two things to address before we get into this video, regarding this video. I'm having a little bit of an allergy today, so if my face randomly goes red at any point in this video, I probably had a sneezing fit off camera. And the other thing is I do have a fan on because it is hot in here. So I will do my best to sound edit that out, but its sound is a little bit weird in this video, that's why. So, about 2 weeks ago now, I don't know what it was, but I was looking on the interwebs, and I kind of just wanted to buy some stuff for Roger, my crested gecko terrarium, and I remembered that when Alyssa and I went to the Reptile Expo in Toronto in January, before everything closed, one of the booths was this store called Tails and Scales, and they're based out of Toronto, and they had all the cool stuff. They had plants, they had, like, absolutely everything you could ever imagine. So I went on their website, and I learned that I could order from them, and they would ship it to me, and this box right here is my Tails and Scales order. So we're going to see how this goes. Today is Thursday, and according to my tracking, this box was supposed to arrive on Tuesday. So it's 2 days late, and there are technically two things that are alive in here. One of them is a plant. So I'm going to hope that that's in good condition. So I'm just going to cut into the box now. So, I'm really excited. I've never ordered from them before. So here is my shipping thing. They did call me about a week ago and let me know that one of the things that I ordered, which were called Mossy sticks, they're like bendable sticks that are covered in moss, exactly what they sound like. They were out of stock of those, so they sent me some vine instead, which I don't really know how or if I'm going to use currently. But I have it, and that's kind of what matters. I won't get rid of it, you know, I'll keep it. Someday I'll decide to change something, and that's when I'll use it. Okay. So, right on top here is that Mossy vine that I was telling you about, the stuff that they gave me instead of what I ordered. So it's this. Now, I do already have a vine similar to this in Roger's terrarium, but the one that I have is black, whereas this is mossy, so that's kind of interesting. I also see this right on top. This is a hide that I bought for his terrarium. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I actually don't know if this is gonna fit where I wanted it to. I mean, it's so pretty. Look at it. Like, this would definitely have to come off, 100,000%. Because, like, I only have Roger in a 12 by 12 by 18 because he's still so young. Someday I'm sure he'll get a 12 or an 18 by 18 by 24. But for now, I'm not convinced that this will fit, and it is getting moss everywhere, so I am just going to put it back in the box. Something else I ordered are these cups. Some replacement cups for feeding him because I'm running out, and the cups that I have currently I bought at the dollar store, and I can't find them again, so that's unfortunate, you know. So, next in the box is this. This is one of the things that I was afraid wouldn't make it all the way here, I believe. These are supposed to be Dwarf White Isopods, because the ones that I put in Roger's terrarium to begin with, you may recall, there was only like 2 in there to begin with, and I'm not sure that they're still in there. Like, I feel like he ate them, but I don't know, like, am I gonna have to fish through this with my hands to find some? Or did they all die? Because you saw how mush the dirt was. Well, I don't see any air holes in this, so I am gonna open it. I just put a new plant in Roger's terrarium. So when I did this order a couple weeks ago, I had been searching for a baby tears plant, and I couldn't find one, So I gave up, and I ordered a creeping fig, which I'm sure is in here, and we're gonna open in a second. And then I found a baby tears plant. A friend of mine, Alyssa, you met her if you watch my channel. She went to a local greenhouse and found the baby tears. So I have since found the baby tears, put it in the terrarium. So I'm gonna keep the creeping fig that I bought, but just kind of as a backup for if and when I kill the baby tears plant. But I'm not going to put these in the terrarium for a while because I only planted the baby tears yesterday. And I want to give it some time to, like acclimate, I guess. Some time to grow in. Some time to do something. So I see springtails. Well, there's an isopod. Oh, he's alive. There is at least one Dwarf White Isopod in here. That I can confirm. I don't want to bug him too much. But I just want to know if there's any survivors. Well, I saw one. So there is at least one isopod in here. I'm gonna add, I don't know, some more crushed leaves in here, I think. And maybe poke some holes in the top. And that's how I'm gonna, I just really hope that some of them are alive. This was the one thing I was really worried about, was because I just did regular shipping. Like, they didn't give me the option to do expedited shipping or anything. And I thought it would get here faster because it's only Toronto and I live in Niagara. You know? Like, realistically, it's like an hour and a half drive. I don't see any more on the bottom, but I can see that one alive. And Dwarf White Isopods are really small. Oh, there's another one. And he's moving. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep those happy and in a container until they have time to, like, really adjust to life. Okay, what is this? Abby, what did you buy? Bring the scissors. Everything looks packaged really well. Like, I don't even know what's in here. What did I buy that would need to be bubble wrapped like this? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. I see it now from the bottom. I feel kind of bad because Tails and Scales obviously also sells fish stuff. And I didn't buy anything for my beta fish Henry, who is right here. So my sister and I went to PetSmart the other day, and I bought him a new fake plant for his tank because I felt bad. It's now the only animal of mine that doesn't have anything new is my cat, and the last thing she needs is more stuff. Okay, so in this bag, this giant mess of bubble wrap, we have some cricket drink from Zilla. I'm looking forward to trying theirs. I've only tried the Fluker stuff, but this looks smaller. My crickets drink so much. And, well, I mean, maybe they're not drinking a lot. Maybe I just replace it too often. But they always poop in it, so I always replace it. And this is actually bigger than I thought the container was going to be, so I'm really excited about this. I just like, I don't know what it is, but I like taking really good care of the crickets. This is some Betadine. This is something I don't need. Well, it depends on your perspective, but this is more of a first aid thing. Like, this is something that they use, it says on the back, uses for the preparation of skin prior to surgery and injections, treatment of wounds, lacerations, and burns, bacterial and mycotic infections of the skin. So this is not something that you really need. It's more of a first aid thing, but I just like having first aid things on hand, especially when Roger's a reptile, and I'm such a noob when it comes to reptiles, and I don't really know what I can and can't use on him. So, as a crested gecko, odds are at some point he's going to drop his tail, and then he's going to have that wound on the back. And while I wait for that to heal up, like, I just wanted to have this to make sure that I could keep it clean. You know, I freak myself out a little bit about stuff like that that's not happening anytime soon, but I just really want to be prepared. And like I said, especially because he's a reptile and I don't know what's reptile safe and what's not, I just thought I should get some stuff that I know for sure is reptile safe, so that I have it for when that time comes. And the other thing in here is Repashy Bug Burger. This is for the crickets again, so that I can feed them some of this instead of just the powder that they often get, or my crickets eat like kings, because I have who's it by? I don't remember who it's by, but it's like a cricket powder, and then I have the Fluker's orange cubes, and now I have this, and I think you can feed this dry or make it into like squares, right? Yes, microwave until it starts to boil, remove and stir, and then you cut it up into little squares. I just think it's cool. I saw someone else on YouTube use that, and I thought it was neat. So all of my bottles were in the big bubble wrap, so that makes sense. And then the other two things that are in here, one of them is a plant, and the other one is a big branch. So we're going to unwrap the branch first, because I don't think it needs to be in this massive bubble wrap. So the piece of wood that I have in Roger's aquarium right now is just, I don't know, it's just a piece of wood. I don't really love it, so I'm constantly looking for a new piece of wood to replace it with. And I'm hoping this one is small enough, but also big enough, you know? If it's not, it's not. And I can't use it, if I can't use it, I can't use it. Like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but I hope it's good. This is like Reptile Christmas. These are hard to get out. Okay. think it'll fit. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be, which is great. If I just stick it up at the back, like, okay, I was really worried it was going to be too deep, because I have the snake plant in there, and Roger loves the snake plant. He sleeps in it. He lives in that snake plant. So, like, I'm not removing the snake plant. It's not going to happen. So, this is actually perfect. I was skeptical after buying it, because, I mean, the little trees are going to look different online than they do in real life. This is perfect, and I'm really happy with it, and I'm looking forward to putting that in there probably later today. Hopefully I will get footage of that. And then this is my Oakleaf creeping fig, which doesn't look to have a pot. So hopefully it's alive still. I mean, now that I can't put it straight into the terrarium, because I have the baby tears in there and there's just not enough space, I'm going to have to pot it, I think. You're so squished in here. Oh, I feel bad for it. Do I have a pot that I can grab? I should. Hold on. Okay, the best thing about sort of being a failure as a plant person is I have lots of pots from the plants that I've picked. So this is a pot. It's a little bit dirty, but I mean, whatever. I just feel like I can't leave this like this, you know? Especially because I betrayed it. I waited for it, and then... Oh, I feel bad. It's like perfectly stripped too. Like it would have been perfect to just put straight in the terrarium. But fortunately, I did just buy a brand new thing of dirt. So I should just be able to just plop that in there and call it a day, you know? So yeah, that's everything I got from Tails and Scales. It looks like everything here is in good condition. I'm hopeful and guarded about the isopods. There's not as much in here as I was hoping there would be, but that could just be me. Maybe I have unrealistic expectations. I mean, I've only ever bought isopods twice before, and the second time I wasn't that impressed, right? So I'm gonna keep trying to like feed these and like nurse them to, I don't know, not nurse them to health, but do something to like help them breed, I guess, and then they will be integrated into the terrarium with the rest of everything. Look at the kitty! Look at the kitty! Oh! Special. Until she does that. But she looks cute! So, I didn't record me doing this last night because I was grumpy and I didn't want to. So the hide that I bought doesn't fit in there, so it's just in a bag over there. When Roger gets a tank upgrade someday, it will fit in that scenario, but until that day comes, it doesn't fit. But that's okay, because I actually think the branch in the back looks amazing. I ended up taking the other piece of wood out because they both didn't fit. But the branch in the back I think it looks so good, and I'm really hoping that, you know, he likes it. And the baby tears look so good, and I'm really hoping I don't kill them. So I bought that little leaf thing there at PetSmart, so it's just there now. It's full of water, whether he wants to, I don't know, lay in it, drink it, whatever. It's up to him. So really, the only thing that I really added to the terrarium last night is the branch. And then I told you that I wasn't sure that any of the isopods made it. There are supposed to be 30 in here, but I sort of picked through it, and I did find a couple of not alive bodies, but I found in total, like, I didn't pick through it for very long, but I did find 4 very alive isopods. So there's like pieces of bark in there. I used a couple of pieces of bark and I scooped the little alive ones out I found, and I put them in here because I figured I only took 4, so they should have plenty of time to establish and stuff and not kill the baby tears with only 4 extra being in there and however many were in there before. And I figured that should be okay. Of course, there are probably still some more alive in there, so I'm just going to keep that there. Hopefully I get some of the heat from the heat lamp. I'm going to take the lid off every now and then so that I can, you know, get some air. And that's the plan there. Like, I'm not giving up on that just because I picked 4 live ones out, but there are 4 live ones in here now somewhere, at least 4. because remember, I did have a couple in there before, allegedly. So yeah, this is what the tank looks like now. It's not crazy different from what it looked like before. It's just mainly that up there and the new piece of wood. But I do feel like before I felt like the top, like up here, was really empty. And I felt like it looked hideous, like it was so full down here and then empty up here. And now I feel like it looks a little more even, like the space is used a little bit better. So that's where we're at now. And anyway, thank you so much for watching this unboxing video. I overall love my order from Tails and Scales. And 10 out of 10 would recommend, would buy from them again. And probably will buy from them again. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And you subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. And I will see you next time.